You know that feeling when you're supposed to sit down and do the work, but you end up catching yourself scrolling through your phone endlessly. Trust me, I've been there. Procrastination used to be something that I've been struggling with most of my entire teenage year, but not anymore. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I finally stopped procrastinating and actually start getting things done. And if you are struggling with the same thing, watch this until the end because you might learn a thing or two from my sharing. Good day everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mesa. I document my life here on this platform where I share on my own personal development, productivity and growth. I also work at a major food corporation in Thailand. And I wanted to share this video because procrastination used to be something I've been struggling my entire teenage year. And I think it's worth sharing with you guys. So stay tuned and I share with you why is it important to stop procrastinating and actually get things done. Alright, so procrastination is such a trending topic where it is a common word that a lot of youngsters are talking, and especially when you are young, you tend to be procrastinate on things like doing the house chore or doing your homework or even starting something that is meaningful in your life. But we need to understand why people procrastinate in their life. There are things that happening in our life that makes us procrastinate, and I want to highlight into this point because when you identify what makes you procrastinate, you allow yourself to be aware on things around you, and this way you can notice when all of these things start to happen, you don't actually fall into the trap. Some of the things that people procrastinate because they are having the fear of failure, or they want to make things to happen according as per the expectation, such as Procastination, or they are looking for the perfect opportunity to start to do something. Even they are looking for that motivation in their life in order for them to spark that feeling in order to start doing work. So these are the things that make us fall into the trap of becoming more procrastinate into getting things done in our life. Once you identify this area where you most of the time fall into, you notice that you can actually get out of it. When you actually allow yourself to fall into the trap of procrastination, there are several things that can impact you, especially on your mental health. And not only that, it affects your opportunity to create something that is meaningful in your life, such as creating a business that you always wanted to do, or working on that project that you always wanted to do. When it has been happening for a long time, it eventually becomes a stress that is built up within you. And when you're looking back into it, you will start to feel all the stress and your productivity start to decline. And these are the things that you can actually fall into a deep rabbit hole that procrastination can have an effect on you. So be careful whenever you catch yourself falling into the trap of procrastination and you start to see the pattern of you becoming procrastinate. Try to talk to yourself. Try to create a self-talk where you can shift your mind to do something that is meaningful, to do something that is great, that you not later on feel like you are regretful or you're not stressed, that you don't feel bad that you didn't get to do all the work that you wanted to do. Identify a trigger that most of the time make you fall into the trap of procrastination in such a good way because it allows you to be aware of what is happening around you. One of the most common trigger that lead you into procrastination is social media. Just like what I shared with you in the previous video before, social media is such a powerful tool where you can use to bring benefit to you, but most of the people fall into the trap of scrolling where you turn just a 5 minute scrolling into hours of hour without even notice that yourself have been scrolling for long term. But social media might be something that is not what you are struggling with. It can be some of the distraction around you. It can be the room, the environment that you stay in. Maybe something you can do is to arrange your room, create a nice space where you can feel relaxed and you can start to work peacefully. This is a great example of mine where every morning I would push myself to arrange my room way before I start to do work, because I know for a fact that when the room and my environment is not in a nice condition, I would easily fall into the trap of procrastinating and I would not get anything done. This is some of the things I have done in my own personal life that has helped me to stay mindful, to stay vigilant, and not to fall into any trap of procrastination. So what are some of the strategies that you can do in order to overcome procrastination? The first one is one of my favorite, because this is something that I have implemented into my life indirectly without knowing it, and this strategy is called the 2-minute rule. What does it mean is that whenever you feel like you don't want to do anything, all you have to do is that you have to force yourself to spend at least 2 minutes starting to do work. And most often time what happened to me is that after starting the work for 2 minutes, I would eventually go into a focus period where I can start to do work for more than 30 minutes or 1 hour. Try to do this because most of the time people don't want to start to do work, but once they get into the mood or get into the pattern of doing work, they will eventually starting to do it, because getting started is the most difficult. Once you get past that obstacle, you will eventually seeing yourself getting a lot of things done, and this is what I've tried to implement in my life that has worked tremendously, and it has been profoundly powerful for my everyday routine in order for me to stop becoming more procrastinate in whatever task that I set out to do. Something else that I think is also great for you as well is called time blocking. Time blocking has been something that I try to implement in my life for the past 4 to 5 months, and it has worked powerfully beautiful, because what happened is that whenever I go through life, I would just write things down in my notebook or write into my Google Calendar to say at this specific hour I would spend that 1 hour or 30 minutes to do that specific task. When I start to time block that specific time to do the task, what I tell in my brain is that I have something to do and I know what I need to do in order to get things done. It's better than just when you decided to start to do work and then you have to contemplate on what you're supposed to do and you feel like you didn't get anything done, but when eventually you feel like it's just a waste of time. But instead, try time blocking your time. Whenever you think of something that you're supposed to do, write it down or note it in your Google Calendar, and with that specific hour, try to focus on that task and try to do it at least 1 or 2 hours per day, and try to time block your time at least 1 or 2 hours per day so that you can work on something that is meaningful for you, whether it is starting a new business or starting a YouTube channel. When it comes to creating a task for yourself, most of the time what it means is that you have a certain thing you need to accomplish, whether it take 1 hour or it take 1 day or even it take 1 year to complete it. But something you have to keep in mind is that you need to make your task more manageable. What it means is that you have to break your task down, even if it's so big that you don't know where to start. When you allow yourself some time to sit down and think about your task, try to break it down into small manageable tasks. What it means is that it allows you to do the task with a peaceful mind, and it makes you not to become more stressed. So the less stress that you have, the more relaxed that for you to start to do tasks. This way it tells your mind that you always have something to do and you will not fall into the trap of procrastination. And something that you need to be mindful at all the time is that don't try to overcomplicating your task. Try to simplify it as much as possible so that you know what exactly that you needed to do in order to complete your task. And every time you complete the task, just be thankful, be happy, because you have completed something that a lot of people will spend time to do something else that is unproductive, while you are spending time to do something that is more productive in your life. Building a habit to stay productive is such a great journey. It doesn't matter what age you are, wherever you are and what age you are. If you want to be a habit to stay productive, I always cheer for you and I wish you all the best. If you are beginning to start on a productive journey, something you have to keep in mind is that you need to set a clear goal for yourself. Try to set a clear goal with a purpose to keep you aligned with all your value and things you wanted to do. This way, it becomes something that you wake up every day and feel excited to do, and you don't always need to look for that motivation or for that opportunity or look for that perfect timing in order to start to do the work. Because when you are setting a clear goal that aligns with your value and thing you want to achieve in life, it's something that excites you whenever you wake up in the morning, because you know you have a purpose in life of where you want to achieve, and by achieving it mean that all the journey along the way you will enjoy the process. So what I'm about to share with you will sound a little bit controversial, because some content creator or some YouTuber, they will not agree with me, but I will just share with you anyway, because this is something that I believe in and it has worked in my life. It is important for you to create a morning routine where it sets you up for success. That's right. I think it's always important to have a morning routine where from the time that you wake up, you start to do something that is productive, that allow you gain the most out of your day. It automatically tells your brain to continue that momentum throughout the day. I can share you this because whenever I wake up early in the morning, I will start to do exercise, which is something that I do every single day. Because whenever I do exercise, this will tell my brain to become more calm, more collected. So whenever I deal with all the tasks in life, I will feel more focused and I can focus more. And the most important thing is that I will not feel stressed or anxious all the time. This way allow me not to fall into the trap of procrastination, and I can continue my day with a great result by the end of the day, which is great for me. And if you could try for yourself, try it. Whether it might work for you, it might not work for you, but at least you give it a try. How do you feel if whenever you are completing a task and somebody give you a gift? You will feel amazing, right? That is exactly what I want you to continue doing, rewarding yourself. It doesn't matter how small the reward is, whether it is a 15-minute break or it is a quick tea break, getting a smoothie, getting a coffee. Whenever you complete a task, try to reward yourself something. By doing this type of habit, it allows you to reinforce a good habit. So you always look forward to completing something so that you can allow yourself a nice reward at the end of the journey. This is something that I always implement in my life. So whenever I go into a focus mode, every 30 minutes or 1 hour, I will reward myself something, whether it is a quick toilet break or a quick nap or drink of water or even eating that favorite snack that I always wanted to eat. This is something that I would give to myself, and I would never get that if I don't get any task done. So it in a way reinforces a good habit in my life, and it tells my brain that I need to get something done. And if you try to implement this in your life more and more, it becomes a habit and you will reinforce that habit moving forward. And if you really look into it, you will remember the saying that you get two birds in one shooting, because you will get that reward at the end of the journey, plus getting the task done, which is something most people struggle all the time, but you already completed it, so you don't have to feel stressed or feel anxious about doing it later. Procrastination is just one piece of the puzzle when it comes to stay productive. If you are looking for more ways to stay productive, check out my another video where I share on productive things you can do instead of mindlessly scrolling through your phone. Click here to watch that video and let's keep that momentum going. I'll see you over there. Bye bye.